Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Slayer back here again with another video, man. Just wanted to hop on here real quick because it's been far too long. Update you guys, let you know that I'm still sober, still going strong, still going to my program, doing the things that I need to do to stay sober. You know, guys, alcohol, it just slips back into our lives so easily. It's like a serpent. It slithers into our lives and so subtly. And before you know it, it's got its fangs deep into you, and it's unleashing a deadly amount of poison into your system. And unless you get the antidote, well, you could possibly die. And the antidote is different for each and every single one of us, because at the end of the day, we're looking for answers. We're looking for something at the bottom of that liquor bottle, and it's always empty. You know, it always comes out empty, and no matter how much liquor we get, we always run out. At least I did. It didn't matter how much I would get, I would always run out. We're never going to find the answers that we're looking for. And you know, I've often thought over these last couple of years of going back and forth with sobriety, of being sober and then relapsing and being sober and relapsing over and over again, the thought has crossed my mind many times that, you know, one day I don't want to be laying in a hospital bed being told that I have, you know, X amount of days, years, whatever to live because of my drinking, or to have, you know, wake up the next day in a jail cell and realize that I had ran somebody over, did something absolutely horrendous like that. That's a horrifying thought, and that should scare each and every single one of you as well, because that could be a reality, man. And it's not worth it. We're gambling. We're rolling the dice every single time that we drink. When you're like me, of course, I'm not speaking for each and every single drinker out there. Some people can drink normally, and that's great. But people like me, every single time that I drink, I'm rolling the dice, man. And I have no idea what outcome I'm going to get. You play by the fire, eventually you're going to get burned, you know? And I was thinking, you know, I walked to work last night because it's been beautiful out. It's kind of cloudy out today, kind of chilly, but I walked to work and I just enjoyed the nature and I appreciated it. And it reminded me of all the times that I walked to get liquor and I didn't appreciate nature whatsoever. I was so caught up in, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm dying, hoping and praying that I don't die on my way down to the liquor store, that I couldn't even live in the present moment. I've used the analogy before that drinking, addiction, alcoholism is very much a time capsule. When we drink, we're stuck in time. We're not moving forward. We're degressing. Our mental health is degressing. Our physical health is degressing. Our relationships are going down the tubes. Everything is going backwards. Every single time that I drink, no matter how much progress that I got, no matter how far I've went, I'm going right straight back to where I was. It is a time capsule. We're stagnant. We're not moving forward. And I can't stand that. The moments that I have sober, it's like I'm so desperately trying to move forward. I feel like I'm so behind. I have so much to catch up on, because for years I did nothing but drink and drink and drink down bottles of Southern Comfort 100 proof, or really whatever I could get my hands on. And I was just lost, completely lost in a fantasy world very much. And walking to get liquor, you know, there was many times it was 5:30 a.m. because back then, I think it's 7 a.m. now, but back when I was walking to get liquor all the time, it was 6 a.m. that the liquor stores would open up. And I would walk down there, usually thinking that I was going to die, and I'm not joking, hoping and praying that I wasn't going to. And I would get down there and sit outside, sit kind of far away from the place so they couldn't look outside and see me, even though I'm sure that they did. I became friends with a lot of the liquor store clerks. They knew me by name. It's like, oh, here comes that guy again. They knew exactly what to grab me. I'd walk in, they'd reach back, grab the Southern Comfort 100 proof, or I would walk to the back of the aisle where all the bottles were, and I would grab, you know, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5. Again, it didn't matter how many I got, I always ran out. And the things that we go through, you know, I remember one time me and my brother ran out of liquor, and it was like, I can't remember exactly, it was like Christmas Eve, New Year's, one of those holidays that places close down early. and it was like midnight or something like that. And we thought, well, and again, at the time it was like 1 a.m. when all the liquor stores closed. So we thought to ourselves, well, we have time, not realizing and knowing that the liquor store closed. And it was absolutely frigid. I'm talking ice everywhere. There was a snowstorm not long before this, and we decided it would be a good idea to walk out there and get the liquor. And this was not a short walk. It was miles that we decided to do this. And we're walking out there, and the roads are ice. They're completely iced over, so we're literally like ice skating with our shoes down to the liquor store. Both of us not well equipped enough to be out in the elements like this, freezing. I remember I could barely feel my hands. We made it all the way down to this liquor store, and the place was closed. They had closed early because of the holidays. I remember how pissed I was, just sitting there, not being able to feel my hands, going through alcohol withdrawal, and again, just asking myself, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep continuing to torture myself over and over and over again? It's some sort of self-hate, self-harm, where we're literally torturing ourselves, drinking. I mean, we say that we're drinking poison, but we literally are. We know the outcome. Every single time the outcome's going to be the same, but yet we'll do it anyways. We'll put ourselves in insane scenarios just to be able to continue that madness. And then once I got the liquor, most of the time during this time period, I was hiding it because nobody wanted me to drink. I was constantly hiding it from my ex-girlfriend. I would go outside and literally bury holes. I'm not even joking, guys. I'd go outside, it'd be like midnight. I'd take my liquor stash when nobody was awake. I'd be looking back and forth, making sure that nobody was watching. Sneak downstairs, I'd take it, I'd go outside, I'd get a little shovel, and I'd go out there and I'd start digging. I'd dig a little hole in the backyard, take my liquor stash and shove it in there and cover it up, because that's how bad it got. It becomes a game of cat and mouse where you're constantly hiding your liquor, and your loved ones, they just desperately want you to stop, and they don't know how to make you stop. So they think that controlling it is going to help, but really it just makes us more mad. And I'm sure that you guys know as well as I do, when we want our liquor, we'll do anything. We'll figure out some sort of way. We're very, I don't know what's the right word for it. I mean, we can be very, I can't think of the word, of course, but when we want to find our liquor, we can. And nothing's gonna stop us. It's like it always, some sort of way always comes out. And I remember when I was deep inside of my madness, it's like I would always figure out some sort of way, or I would find it. It's like there was this evil spirit that was constantly there egging me on, and somehow, some way I would figure out a way to get my liquor. And yeah, man, I would hide it in the bathroom. I remember I would hide it in the toilet, the top of the toilet. I'd hide it, I'd stick it in there. If we could take all the work that we put into getting our liquor and hiding it into sobriety, man, we would be unstoppable, and I've become very productive because I became a master manipulator. I would manipulate, hide, steal, cheat, thieve, anything. I mean, the schemes that I would come up with. In the car, I would take the liquor and put it under the seats. Car was always a good spot. Just anywhere that I could possibly think to hide it. I would often, take it and hide it in obvious spots. And, there were so many times that I would put my liquor and hide it in such an obvious spot that I hid it before. And I think somewhere deep inside of my subconscious, or maybe it was God looking out for me in some way, I would hide it in these spots that I knew it was going to get found. I wasn't putting any effort into hiding it. Or maybe it was just because I was so intoxicated by the time that I hit it that I had lost all the ability and effort to, I became lazy. You get drunk and you just don't care. And I would just hide it in these stupid spots, and they would get found and then poured out. And the next day I would completely freak out, especially if I didn't have any money. If I did have money, I would just go right back to the liquor store and buy 2 or 3 more bottles just to try and prove a point to that person. Like, oh, I'm going to drink more. Going to the bathroom, I remember how many times, and my mom and my family and my ex, they all caught on to this, that I would, every 30 minutes, oh guys, I got to run to the bathroom, I'll be right back. I sneak into the bathroom, I'm going into my shoe, and I'm taking out a double Southern Comfort 100 proof, popping the top, down in it, taking it, putting it like in one of the drawers in the bathroom, or shoving it under something, or putting it back in my pocket, and then coming back out. And then I'd hang out for 30 minutes, chit-chat and talking with everybody, and then I'd sneak back into the bathroom and open up another one that I had hidden in my jacket pocket. Take that, hide it somewhere, shove it in the top of the toilet, then I'd come out. And each time that I would come out, I'd be progressively more and more intoxicated. And that's what I would do, man. Constantly doing that. We'd be at a restaurant. I'd order 2 or 3 drinks, and then at the same time going and sneaking off into the bathroom to have, you know, a few drinks. I couldn't do anything unless I was intoxicated. There was constantly alcohol on me. If I was going anywhere, doing anything, you could bet that I was already, you know, probably intoxicated, and I had some on me. There was a party that I went to one time, and I was supposed to be chill at this party. It was a graduation party, and I'm like 5 years older than this kid. Used to be really good friends with him. No longer friends with him, not because of alcoholism, just because that's how life goes sometimes. And I remember I got invited to this, and I told everybody, I told all my loved ones that I'm just gonna drink the beer that's offered at the party. Well, of course I didn't do that. I'm an alcoholic. I went and, you know, the night before, snuck out the back door, went around, got into my car, and drove down to the liquor store. And I remember I bought, like, I don't even know, maybe like 6 double Southern Comfort 100 proof shooters. And I had one of them that night, passed out, and I saved the rest. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and drink the beer at the party and be tame. And of course I drank the beer at the party. I probably drank more beer at the party than anybody else. But I drank my liquor too. I snuck the liquor in. I was sneaking off behind the house. We were in like the woods. I was going off in the woods and taking shots. I was so sick at this time that I was barely able to hold them down. And then I'd make my way back to the party, progressively getting drunker and drunker. There was a whole bunch of people there. They told us not, there was like golf carts because it was an open land, like I said, like a forest. They told us don't use the golf carts. Me, being a drunken lunatic, decided I'm gonna use the golf cart. The keys were in. I went over, I jumped in the golf cart. I told a couple of my buddies that were over at the time that were also heavily intoxicated, jump in the golf cart. We take off. I almost crash us. I remember the guy who owned the golf carts, who's my cousin's husband now, comes running over. He's like, get off the golf carts, get off the golf carts. I go running, we go scattering off the golf carts. Like, my friend falls, busts open his knee. We're just like complete and utter chaos. And that was my life, guys. Every single day was a lie. Every single day I was just drunk. And with that comes dozens and dozens of stories that, you know, one day I will run out of stories, but the amount of stories that I have, it blows my mind. Of course, for a lot of them, it takes me a while to even remember, just because I was that heavily intoxicated. It's just not worth it, guys. I didn't really have any topic or theme for today's video. I just wanted to hop on, make a video. It's like I said, I still have a story that I want to tell you guys, but I just want to make sure that it's probably going to be a long story. It could be like a 50-minute to an hour-long video, and I want to make sure that I do it right and take the time for that. And that will be coming shortly. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. The withdrawal, every single aspect of it is just insane. It really is. It's dark. It's going to take you down, man. And sobriety, it's not easy. Like, you know, today and yesterday, I have been pretty depressed, guys. I've been down. I'll admit it. But I know my patterns. When I start to get a decent amount of sobriety, I do start to, some of those suppressed feelings start to come to the surface. And that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with, man. Something that we all have to deal with. And once I break over and I, you know, get over the other side of the mountain, I know that things are going to be brighter and everything is going to be okay. This last time when I came off, the withdrawals were pretty horrible. I had terrible dreams like I usually do. I actually had a dream where I saw my dad in a casket and he was dead. It was like I was in this solid white room and my dad was just laying in this casket. And the overwhelming feeling that I kept getting was that I killed him because of the stress that I put on him from all my alcoholism. Even though I don't see my dad all the time, I don't see him that often, I kept getting that over and over again in my head that I killed my dad because of this. And it was the most helpless, horrid feeling ever. It was a lucid dream, felt very real. And it was also just like a wake-up call to me that, like, this doesn't just affect me. This affects my family. This affects the people that care about me. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep going down this road. I had a whole bunch of horrific dreams that followed that of, you know, just complete, utter hell, nightmares, very scary stuff, demonic, bizarre stuff of me drinking and, you know, drinking, and then I'm like drinking and I look down and somehow I can see through my stomach, and I'm drinking, it's like the alcohol turns to blood, and then the alcohol turns to spiders. I mean, I was having all sorts of bizarre dreams, and it's just another reminder, I think, from probably God telling me, you need to wake up. Or it was just me opening up that doorway to the spirit world, wine and spirits, right? And I was seeing nothing but dark stuff. Anyways, I'm all over the place in this video, guys. I thought that I could just talk about a few different things and let you guys know that I'm doing all right. I'm still around. The next video is going to be really good. You guys are going to enjoy it. And yeah, enjoy being sober. Do what you have to do. It goes back to the thing that I said in the beginning of this video, the antidote. We need the antidote to that poison, which is the alcohol or the drug, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be alcohol, whatever your drug of choice is. We very much need to find the antidote to that. And if we can, we could save ourselves. And life can be enjoyable. If life isn't enjoyable without the substance, I think it's impossible to get sober. You actually have to find like inner peace. And that's very much the journey and the quest that I'm on right now. So I'll see you guys very soon. It's been too long. I'm not gonna wait 7-8 days. I'm hoping in the next 2 or 3 days, I'll have that video up. I might try and film it today. Who knows? I love you guys. Let me know how each and every single one of you are doing. Until next time, stay safe, stay sober, and yeah, man, life is busy, but that's good. It's good for me to be busy. It's keeping my mind. Idle hands are the work of the devil. Too much time on your hands, next thing you know, you're thinking, maybe it's not that bad of an idea to go get that bottle. You know what I mean? Stay busy, do positive things. Till next time, peace.